Good Thursday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, we made it over the hump, and we're in the home stretch towards the weekend. But of course, you have your news headlines coming up on this Thursday. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. In today's Entertainment Spotlight, we have part of our For Your Health segment with Dr. Angela Nicholas talking about the dangers of colon cancer. Enjoy today's program. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Thursday headlines. In national news, U.S. reports first case of Omicron variant in returning traveler. The U.S. recorded its first confirmed case of the Omicron variant on Wednesday in a vaccinated traveler who returned to California after a trip to South Africa as scientists around the world race to establish whether the new mutant version of the coronavirus is more dangerous than previous ones. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the United States top infectious disease expert, made the announcement at the White House. We knew it was just a matter of time before the first case of Omicron will be detected in the United States, he said. The infected person was identified as a traveler who had returned from South Africa on November the 22nd, developed mild symptoms, and tested positive on Monday. Researchers at the University of California, San Francisco, obtained a sample from the patient Tuesday evening and worked feverishly overnight to assemble the genetic sequence. The person who had had the 2 doses of the Moderna shot but had not been vaccinated long enough to receive a booster shot is improving and agreed to remain in quarantine, California officials said. All the individual's close contacts have been reached and have tested negative, officials also said on Wednesday. The patient was identified only as being between ages 18 and 49. But the variant is still surrounded by many unknowns. Among them, is it more contagious than other versions, as some scientists are beginning to suspect? Does it make people more seriously ill? And can it evade the vaccine? Any declaration of what will or will not happen with this variant, I think, is too early to say, Fauci said on Wednesday. He and other medical experts strongly emphasized that Americans should continue to follow public health advice to get vaccinated and get their booster shots. If you look at the things we have been recommending, they're just the same, Fauci said. Genomic sequencing on the patient's virus from UCSF was confirmed by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. In more national news, Michigan teen charged in Oxford high school shooting. A 15-year-old boy was charged with murder and terrorism for a shooting that killed 4 fellow students and injured others at a Michigan high school, authorities said on Wednesday, revealing that his parents were summoned just a few hours before the bloodshed. No motive was offered by Oakland County authorities a day after violence at Oxford High School, roughly 30 miles north of Detroit. But prosecutor Karen McDonald said the shooting was premeditated based in part on a mountain of digital evidence collected by police. This was not just an impulsive act, McDonald said on Wednesday. Oakland County Sheriff's Lieutenant Tim Wilson said during a court hearing for Ethan Crumbley that the boy recorded video the night before violence in which he discussed shooting and killing students. The revelation was made by Oakland County Sheriff's Lieutenant Tim Wilson during a court hearing. Willis made the comment shortly before Crumbley was to be arraigned on charges of murder, attempted murder, and terrorism causing death and gun crimes. He is charged as an adult. We have to do better, McDonald said, without offering changes. How many times does this have to happen? How many times? She said the terrorism charge also fits. In more national news, death of bullied Utah girl draws anger over suicides and racism. When her 10-year-old daughter tried spraying air freshener on herself before school one morning, Brittany Cox suspected something was wrong with the sweet little girl whose beaming smile had gone dormant after she started the 5th grade. She coaxed out of Isabella, Izzy, that a boy in her class told her that she stank after their teacher instructed the class that they needed to shower. It was the latest in a series of bullying episodes that targeted Izzy, who was autistic and the only black student in class. Other incidents included harassment about her skin color, eyebrows, and a beauty mark on her forehead, her mother told the Associated Press. Then on November the 6th, at their home near Salt Lake City, Izzy died by suicide. Her shocking death triggered an outpouring of anger about youth suicides, racism in the classroom, and the treatment of children with autism, issues that have been highlighted by the nation's racial reckoning and a renewed emphasis on student mental health during the COVID-19 pandemic. And finally, in entertainment news, Pardon, O, Biles, and Teachers named People of the Year. People magazine has named Olympic gymnast Simone Biles, actor Sandra Oh, country icon Dolly Parton and the nation's teachers as its 2021 People of the Year. This year has been a transformative one, pushing us all to create something new and hopefully better for ourselves, the magazine said. This issue reflects that spirit. Our People of the Year cover stars have all led the way in their fields to help make the world a little better. The new issue hits newsstands on Friday. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's on time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, it's all yours.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Choose to have peace of mind. Just like happiness, when you choose to have peace of mind, it is yours. Your mind is like an open field with all your thoughts running through it. Thoughts you want and thoughts you don't want, all scampering to get your attention. Any thought of fear and any loving thought lies in your mind right now. It is your choice in any given moment to choose between love and fear, success or failure. These thought choices remain in your mind. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. Whatever thoughts you choose to retain in your mind will be created in your life. Your success in life starts in your mind. Be positive and know God is with you. Keep positive people around you. Block all negativity from your mind. Become aware of the tons of negativity thrown at you through the news, our society, or technology. Keep positivity flowing through your field of thought as you picture yourself achieving success. Today, achieve success in life by cultivating a positive attitude through your thoughts and your faith. And remember, enjoy your day.
Dr. Angela Nicholas is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Dr. Angela Nicholas joined me recently on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about the serious risk of colon cancer between those ages 45 and older and what you need to know about it. Here's a bit of our conversation.
I fall in this category here. I'm 46 years old. What do the majority of young adults in my age group know when it comes to the risk for colon cancer, and what's the reality of the situation for us?
So despite the rising rate of colon cancer in young adults, many people consider themselves at no or low risk for colon cancer, and that's in fact not true. There is definitely a lack of awareness. Younger adults believe that they are at low or no risk. 2/3 of women believe that they're low or no risk. Hispanic adults understand they need to get screened regularly. You are at risk for colon cancer if you are over the age of 45 and you have a colon.
I think one thing that I have seen that they had thought even just a few years ago, unless the patient asked if they were in a certain age group, they did not actually do a screening or even recommend a screening. So though the incidence rates for colon cancer is rising in my age group, why have you found that screening levels remain low?
Well, I think a couple things. The first is that people don't understand what average risk is and how it's defined. What other people also don't recognize is that they're considered to be at high risk if they have a personal or family history of colon cancer, or they have other high-risk illnesses such as inflammatory bowel disease. So they should be screened when they're younger than age 45. And then the other thing that's happened, Cyrus, is that we have shifted the screening age. So initially the screening age for colon cancer was 50, but with the rising incidence, the United States Preventive Services Task Force, the American Cancer Society got together and looked at the data. Data was overwhelming that the age of diagnosis for colorectal cancer was shifting earlier and earlier. And so they moved that screening age from 50 to 45.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll have you guys on tomorrow to wrap up this week. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.